Hey everyone. Yeah, I thought I'd give my thoughts on the presentation of the Hasbro presentation at the Toy Fair for both Transformers and MLP FIM. Now, let's start out, of course, with Transformers. I grew up on it. Who didn't? And apparently, they revealed at the Toy Fair this past week and weekend a lot of things. They revealed. Let me look here. They revealed, basically, this is how they did it. They went through day by days. Um, they did a little bit of a pre-tease in the Hasbro Pulse side of things, with some Titan Returns artwork, Guardians of Harmony MLP section, which I'll talk about later a little bit, and also X-Men's Marvel Legends, Marvel Legends Series 6-inch Deadpool figures. The Deadpool, along with his movie, is going to be getting a Marvel's Legend figure as well. And in case you guys don't know what Marvel's Legends are, they're basically what I have right now hanging on my wall. I have two Spider-Women, two versions of Spider-Woman. I showed this before. I have Spider-Woman with the black outfit, and she's got you can see her mouth and all that and everything. And then I got the other Spider-Woman. She's all red, kind of like a carnage color, and completely covered except for the hair. And I got Misty Knight as well. So, I have those. And apparently Deadpool is going to be joining that collection. They also showed some some 1986 throwback pictures of Titans returned that tied into the Titan Returns Titans voting of Triptychon, and they showed a rough preview of him called a beard board, basically according to the description here on Cybertron.com, Cybertron.com, Cybertron. Basically, in the description, he's a little shorter, according to the rough preview they showed of him, a little shorter than Metroplex, but lengthwise makes up for it thanks to his tail. So apparently, when they bring out the Titans Return figure of him, he's gonna probably be a little shorter than Metroplex here in the back of me, but lengthwise, he's gonna have a tail that, he might be shorter, but the tail might be like, like I said, he might be shorter than Metroplex, but tail-wise, he might go from like from here, because the original tail I think was like this, to a little longer. So you're looking at something there. They also showed off some robots in disguise stuff. They showed a season 2 trailer. They said that season 2 of Robots in Disguise begins on the 20th of this month, basically in 6 days. They revealed a new version of Warrior class Windblade. They also showed a new reveal of Warrior Scorponok. They show Power Surge Optimus Prime comes in an exclusive Mini-Con aerial bolt, combines with larger robot, powers up. They basically provide that the IDW R&D Season 1 comic was not canceled and will be returning this fall. And then RID Platinum Edition with detailed RID Warrior class Bumblebee and Generations Voyager class Grimlock. Takara version basically has also been revealed. They also talked about the Transformer Prime Prime Wars trilogy. They talked about the Transformers Earth Wars mobile game from Space Ape, showed a trailer of that, as well as they talked about the Transformers Rollout album as well. So that's all nice and everything. That's all nice to hear. And then they closed it out with the Transformers talking about the Transformers Titans Return line. That's right, the Transformers Returns Titans Return line, which is due out this fall and into next year. So basically, starting this fall, 2016, and into 2017 next year, which will include apparently Trypticon as well. Basically, long story short, they showed a cool Titans Return promo. Fortress Maximus, they showed that, and you can even see this on the Cybertronian.com as well, Cybertronian.com YouTube channel. They show Fortress Maximus there, and according to the description here, Fortress Maximus is tall, stands about as tall as Metroplex's shoulder guns in upright position. In other words, he goes up to about the length of the shoulder guns. He's nearly 2 feet tall, basically as tall as Metroplex was. It says he has lights and sounds when Cerebral transforms, eyes light up, Leader class figures combiner with Fort Max in City mode. Well, basically, Leader class figures, combiner figures of Leader class can combine with Fort Maximus in City mode. They also showed off Blur with Hyperfire, and I saw a picture of Blur. He looks fantastic. Scourge and Freakus is also in there. You got a Deluxe Class Wave 2 that was shown off. They showed a Valentine's Day picture of Chrome Dome and Rewind from IDW. Chrome Dome comes with Stylor, Mindwipe and Vorath. Vorath hangs upside down inside of Mindwipe. They say Legends Willie, that's right, Willie is getting a figure. Legends Willie looks amazing. They capitalized both words, looks and amazing. It says very G1 focused look in vehicle mode and head. Wave 2 Legends will be Rumble, which is a quote-unquote repaint of Rewind with Rewind's head. Laserbeak, which is a repaint of Buzzsaw. They also showed off Cyclonus Platinum Edition, Cyclonus with Scourge and Sweep. Cyclonus has a new gun. So, just looking at that, reading that, and then looking at some of the video I saw on YouTube from Cybertronian, or from Cybertron.com, or Cybertron.com, I have to say that it looks really, really good for Transformers this year. This being, of course, the 30th anniversary of the movie, so hopefully come April 7th to the 10th at BotCon in Louisville, they might reveal more about what could tie into that 30th anniversary for the animated movie. But right now, this looks just tremendous. I am definitely going to get my hands on Titans Return Fortress Maximus because excuse me. Because, I never, like with Metroplex, I never had Metroplex as a kid. My cousin did. And I never had Fortress Maximus as a kid either. So hopefully he won't be too expensive. He might be a little bit more than Metroplex is because basically this is not only a triple changer, but this is also a double headmaster. That's what he is. He's a double headmaster as well. So hopefully he won't be too much, and I will be getting him to add to my collection, which tells me I'm definitely gonna have to make some room around here down the line. But I've got to the fall, at least the fall holiday season to figure that out. And I guarantee you that's when Fortress Maximus will come out, is around the holiday season of this year. Again, like I said, probably get more detail on it as we get closer to BotCon. And again, maybe we'll get more information. Um, maybe we'll get more information on any tie-ins to the 30th anniversary of the movie. Maybe we'll get a Blu-ray announcement. Who knows? But um, again, check out Subitron's YouTube page, which is Seibertron. That's the YouTube page. And also that's the web page, which is Seibertron.com. So check that out. Excuse me. And I think you'll like what you read, and you'll like what you see. And I can tell you honestly, like I said, it sounds like it's going to be a good year for Hasbro, and it definitely sounds like it's going to be a great year for Transformers figures. And if you're a collector of Transformers figures, like the Titans class, the Titans Returns, the Generations, the Voyagers, definitely sounds like it's going to be a great year. Okay, now we're going to talk about a little MLP here. Bring it up from EquestriaDaily.com. Because obviously Transformers wasn't the only one that had a big day, a big day over at Toy Fair, or a big couple of days over at Toy Fair. And this is from the Hasbro Press Only Toy Fair presentation. It's a full breakdown. If the thing will even let me scroll down. That's the one thing about computers sometimes. You got so many of these flashing pictures and stuff that it's like, what, why don't you let us do anything? Okay, you go to EquestriaDaily.com and you go to, obviously, I think it's homepage or news, I believe. One of them. And just go to EquestriaDaily.com. You should find it. Like, let me check real quickly. Hold on. Here, yeah, you just gotta scroll down you gotta scroll down on the first page, and you should find it. Like I said, scroll down. It's about let's see. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 6. Scroll down. It's about the 6th page down, and it looks And from what I read from that description, it looks like you guys are going to have a very intriguing next year or so with the line as well. Excuse me. Hold on. I said, look, it looks like you guys are going to have a very intriguing, for those of you that are fans of it, you guys are going to have a very intriguing 2016 and 2017 leading up to the movie. And that is a fact. That is a huge fact there. So this is, like I said, this is the full breakdown of what they talked about at the toy fair. And again, some of you may like what you see, may like what hear what you may like what you hear and see. So this is the breakdown according to EquestriaDaily.com. You had Megan McCarthy join another bigwig at Hasbro, Christian Riley, to start things off. Both genders loving pony is now a big deal. Basically, it doesn't matter if you're female or male, man or woman, boy or girl. Both genders like the franchise. Influential fashion designers in Europe continue to plug the pony, or ponies, if you will. Boys, girls, and adults. Here's what's interesting. Boys, girls, and adults are the target for Guardians of Harmony with action figures and action feature play. And they quote unquote, and they put quotations between action feature play. So again, boys, girls, and adults are the target for Guardians of Harmony with action figures with and action feature play. And action feature play. They also talk about unique execution of fan favorite characters never seen before for Guardians of Harmony. Probably the parentheses of probably that heavy warrior theme with weapons and armor instead of pies. All this will be tied in with IDW, because if you've probably noticed, the IDW comic, from what I've seen snippets of, has seemed to be a little bit darker than what you see with the comic, you see with the cartoon itself. So it's going to be interesting that they're finally taking some action figures, or taking some of the line of MLP FIM, and they're tying it into now not just the cartoon, but they're tying it into the IDW comic as well. It says video plays with Roaring Spike and Rarity. They put the question mark in parentheses of Rarity next to Rarity's name, telling him to be quiet. Then they say the hero item is inspired by one of their episodes. No idea what that is. They also talk about Nightmare Moon, and Celestial Guardians figures are inspired by the pilot of the series, of the cartoon, so that's pretty cool. Megan McCarthy, according to them, this takes the stage, talking about how much work everything is taking with Season 6. Tons of new characters, fan favorites, and music coming. Season 6 clip plays. The heartwarming Eve song mentioned previously in another report they talked about, with all the main 6 and CMC singing and background ponies helping decorate. Gabby's a Griffin coming with a quote-unquote Griffins don't have cutie marks, or do they? Hint, from Megan McCarthy. Lots of upcoming facial hair on ponies. Examples were shown on slides. Pin collector pony pointed out. Tough Manhattan ponies are mentioned. Tough Manhattan ponies are mentioned. Dragons, including a girl dragon. That might be interesting to see how that probably plays into Spike. Plays in with Spike. Another new pony called Cotton Candy Face by Megan is mentioned. Epic story. Here's the thing for anybody that's looking forward to the movie. Pay attention to this. Epic story incoming with the November 3rd, 2017 movie. Hear that? Epic story incoming with the November 3rd, 2017 movie. So basically, basically what they're talking about here is obviously the plot for the movie, the story for the movie. Either it's going to have something that ties into it and continues on, from the series and continues on in the movie, or the story itself, because it says epic story incoming with the November 3rd, 2017 movie. So it could mean two things. Like I said, you could have a series of episodes or something that lead into the movie, or the movie itself is going to contain this epic story. So just have to find out more information down the line, but you got to look at it two ways to see how they might work that out. Like I said, it could lead into it. This epic story could lead into it, and it continues on in the movie, or the epic story itself is in the movie. Or is the movie itself. So sorry about that. I had to do something for a second. So that's really interesting to hear. And they say lots of new cast announcements coming in the future, and that basically closes the pony segment. And a conference closes the pony segment there. So a lot of things to take away from there, especially the fact that now they're, coming right out and saying that all genders, boys, girls, man, woman, or men, women, male, female, are loving this pony line. And that the next line, which is Guardians of Harmony, which are going to tie in, obviously it sounds like, to the IDW comic, are going to be targeted to not just girls, but to both girls, boys, and adults. So it sounds like they're going to probably bring out some collector versions, like, maybe the kind that, you don't want to take out of the package, but if you take it out of the package, you want to display it. You don't want nobody to touch it. So sounds really interesting, and so let's see here. They also have some pictures, it looks like, that were taken at the toy fair, but they also talk about Equestria Girl minifigures are coming this year. And that's pretty cool, I guess, if you're into that. Let's see, Friendship is Magic Collection Nightmare Night set revealed, derpy costumes and more. That's interesting. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, that's my stomach. So it says the Friendship is Magic collection posted the other day has been fully revealed, and it's awesome, as they say. Parts of the set include Derpy's costume, Zed Cora's costume, Luna's chariot with a bat pony guard, Shadowbolt's dash, Pinkie Pie chicken, Starswool Twilight Sparkle, Mayor May Clown, the CMC in the Dracula, Werewolf, and Bride of Frankenstein outfits, Pip, Applejack in Scarecrow form. So basically kind of Halloween themed, so you can probably expect these around Halloween, maybe. So that sounds really interesting. And, if you're into collecting that, It's good too. Apparently, another thing is season 6 arrives this May. So basically, you got 2.5 months before season 6 arrives in on Discovery Family. So that's going to be really nice. If you're looking forward to that, that's going to be really good, cool as well. And yeah, so yeah, season 6, according to this, arrives on May of 2016. We don't know the date yet. So yeah, season 6 is coming. But overall, it sounds really good. I mean, especially the epic story deal that, it might tie into something else, but it might be something that ties into the movie or it might be in the movie itself. So, but overall, looking at both, it looks really good. I mean, the Guardians of Harmony, as far as the MLP goes, sounds really good. Especially since they're targeted towards both boys, girls, and adults. So apparently, the adults are going to get some kind of figurines that might be collectible, like how Hasbro's bringing out things like Metroplex and others, and they say they're only for collector, and they mainly specifically say they're for like collectors, not to be played with that much, unless you want to keep your kids busy. But how they come out and say the collector items, yeah. So apparently that might be part of the Guardians of Harmony set. Is they might be bringing out some collectible figures for the adults to display and not have the kids touch. So overall, I have to say Hasbro had looks like a decent run, a decent run at the Toy Fair this year. And that's all I'm going to say on it. So let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think about the Transformers lines, especially Titans Returns lines? The Titans Return lines that is going to be happening. And let me know what you guys think about the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic lines, toy lines and stuff, and news that came out as well. So let me know what you guys think of all that. Comment below, and I'll talk to you all later.